Watch out, guys, because not all the risks in love and life are obvious. Right now, a quiet problem is spreading as many men unknowingly fall under the influence of self-centered women. These men, often without knowing it, get caught in the harmful and controlling tricks these women play. They struggle to escape an unseen but overpowering hold of control and emotional upset. And it's important to understand, even the most self-reliant and strong-minded men, including those who are very independent, can be affected if they don't know what to watch out for. In this video, I'm going to share 8 clever methods self-centered women use to manipulate independent men right from their own strategies. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself a leader, a follower, independent, or anything else. These are warning signs all men should be aware of to avoid a life full of drama, letdowns, and chaos. Let's dive in. Number 1. They will purposely try to see what they can get away with. Self-centered women often play a game where they test a man's patience. They keep pushing to find out how much they can do before the man has had enough. It's like they're looking for weak points, areas they can use to their benefit. For a very independent man, it's crucial to notice this behavior early in a relationship. If a woman is always trying to see what she can get away with, that's a big warning sign. For instance, she might decide to stay out late with her friends without telling you or explaining where she's been, being mysterious and not clear about her actions. This behavior is a clear test to see what she can do without being questioned, pretending to be secretive. Some independent men don't see this tactic for what it is. They need to stand firm in these moments, sticking to their principles and not allowing anyone to overstep their personal comfort zone or boundaries. Number 2. They will make you doubt yourself. Self-centered women often manipulate by making a man feel unsure about himself. They pick on what he's sensitive about, leading him to question his own value and convincing him that nobody else would see him as desirable. This strategy is meant to make the man feel like she's his only choice. It's a way to manage his feelings and keep him dependent on her. By focusing on what he's insecure about, she makes sure he feels he has no one else to turn to. This approach is all about keeping control over him and his decisions. Some very independent men might also get caught in this if they're not cautious. Falling in love can be overwhelming and sometimes blinds even the sharpest of us. When entering a new relationship, it's crucial for an independent man to look beyond the initial excitement and joy, which might make him overlook warning signs. Number 3. They won't admit they're lying, even if it's obvious. Ever caught someone clearly lying, and even with proof, they still won't own up to it? That's a classic sign of a self-centered person. This act is about trying to stay in charge. They will strongly deny doing anything wrong, dodging any responsibility for their actions no matter what. This approach can really frustrate anyone trying to show them the truth, as they change the story to fit their needs. By never owning up to their lies, they make sure they keep the advantage in any discussion, stopping you from feeling resolved or having the final say in any disagreement. This is a calculated effort to maintain a position of control and dominance. Even very independent men can find themselves in this situation, so it's key that they understand what's actually happening with this behavior. Number 4. They act like the victim when confronted. When called out for something wrong, self-centered women often pretend to be the victim, a common and annoying behavior. These women find it hard to take responsibility for what they've done. Instead, they change the story to make people feel sorry for them and support them. When someone points out their mistakes, they don't accept they're at fault. Instead, they come up with many excuses to explain their actions, making it seem like it's not their fault. This method is used to push away criticism and not admit to their wrongdoings. They choose to appear as if they are the ones being treated unfairly, instead of owning up to their mistakes and trying to do better. This way of avoiding taking responsibility shows their manipulative side, something that very independent men should steer clear of. Number 5. Shifting the blame. Self-centered women often change the story to make sure they're not blamed, a move that can be really baffling. When a man calls out her inappropriate behavior, she's quick to turn the blame onto him. For example, if he mentions she's being mean, she might claim she's only acting this way because he's making her anxious. It's a sneaky way of manipulating, yet it's something a lot of men fall for. They begin to question themselves and wrongly think they're the problem. This tactic is a typical way these women avoid taking responsibility and instead make others feel guilty, rather than admitting to what they've done. Number 6. They try to keep you away from your friends and family. A big red flag in a relationship is if a woman doesn't get along well with your friends and family. Self-centered women often attempt to cut you off from these important people in your life. Why? They want more control over you. They don't like it when you share details of your relationship with your friends or family because they're worried about what advice they might give you. Maybe your loved ones will suggest that you're better off without her, and she wants to avoid that at all costs. So, she might start making it difficult for you to see them or create problems when you plan to spend time with them. This is a manipulation strategy designed to isolate you from anyone who could help you see the truth about your relationship. Number 7. They use closeness as a way to control. Self-centered women may treat closeness in a relationship as if it's a tool to control their partners. This means they might not want to be close or share intimate moments as a form of punishment or to get their way. It's as if they're using closeness as a bargaining tool, saying, "If you do this for me, I'll be close to you or I'm mad at you, so I won't be intimate." This approach is unhealthy and manipulative. It's crucial for everyone, including very independent men, to recognize this for what it is: an attempt to control them. In a healthy relationship, closeness isn't used as leverage. True intimacy is about connection and warmth, not about using someone's emotions for power or to manipulate. Number 8. Making you feel guilty. If a woman often makes her partner feel guilty, it's a sign she might be manipulative. This approach, called guilt tripping, is a sneaky way to control someone. It's as if she's playing a game where she uses her partner's feelings against him, making him feel bad about things he shouldn't worry about. For example, she may make him feel like he's not doing enough or unfairly blame him for things that aren't his fault. The aim is to manipulate him to do what she wants by affecting his emotions. This isn't fair or healthy in any relationship. Everyone should be aware of this behavior. Recognizing when guilt is being used to manipulate you is important so you can defend yourself and ensure the relationship stays balanced and respectful, or leave if that's the better choice. Many very independent men might already recognize these manipulative behaviors. However, some might be younger or less experienced. That's why it's crucial for all men to be aware of these signs, ensuring they only allow healthy relationships with mutual effort, intimacy, and shared goals into their lives. Number 9. Overemphasis on their own sacrifices. Self-centered women often manipulate by frequently highlighting their own sacrifices or the efforts they've made in the relationship, regardless of their actual magnitude or impact. This tactic is designed to make the man feel perpetually indebted to her, creating a sense of obligation that skews the relationship's balance in her favor. For instance, she might often remind him of the times she did something for him, regardless of how small or expected in a mutual relationship, and use this as leverage to demand more from him in terms of commitment, time, or resources. This behavior can lead men, especially those who pride themselves on fairness and reciprocity, into a cycle of trying to repay these exaggerated sacrifices, which can be emotionally draining and distracting from genuine issues in the relationship. Number 10. Creating a cycle of reward and punishment. This method involves a calculated approach to affection and attention, where self-centered women reward men with love, affection, or approval when they comply with their demands or expectations, and withdraw these rewards as a form of punishment when they do not. The unpredictability of this cycle can create an unhealthy dynamic where the man is constantly trying to decode what pleases her to avoid disapproval or coldness. This tactic manipulates men into changing their behavior, priorities, or values to suit her needs, often at the expense of their own well-being or personal relationships. Recognizing this pattern is crucial for breaking out of the cycle and seeking a relationship based on mutual respect and healthy communication. Number 11. Excessive jealousy and possession. A manipulative woman may exhibit extreme jealousy, not merely as an emotional reaction, but as a tool to control and restrict her partner's interactions. This behavior can extend beyond reasonable concerns, turning into accusations and demands designed to isolate him from other people, including friends and family. She uses jealousy to justify her actions, making it seem as if her controlling behavior is out of love or fear of losing him, when in fact it's about maintaining leverage and dominance. It's important for men to recognize when jealousy becomes a tactic of control, rather than a natural part of a relationship's dynamics. Number 12. Undermining your achievements and ambitions. To maintain a position of control, a self-centered woman might belittle or undermine her partner's achievements and ambitions. This could involve downplaying successes, discouraging aspirations, or redirecting focus back to herself whenever the topic arises. The intention is to keep the man's self-esteem and focus under her influence, making him doubt his capabilities and thus more reliant on her validation. This tactic can be particularly damaging as it attacks the very foundation of his independence and personal growth. Acknowledging and standing against such behavior is crucial for maintaining one's self-worth and direction in life. Number 13. Utilizing gaslighting to undermine self-confidence. A manipulative tactic employed by self-centered women involves gaslighting, a psychological strategy aimed at making a man question his own memories, perceptions, and sanity. This method might involve the woman consistently denying her actions or words, accusing her partner of misremembering events, or labeling his emotional responses as irrational or overblown. Over time, this relentless questioning can erode the man's confidence in his own judgment, leading him to rely increasingly on her version of reality. This creates a dangerous dependency, as it isolates him from trusting his instincts and can significantly impact his mental well-being. Identifying gaslighting is critical, as it requires a concerted effort to trust one's own experiences again and may necessitate seeking support from trusted friends or professionals to navigate out of the manipulation. Number 14. Asserting dominance through perceived superiority. In this manipulation technique, the woman constantly portrays herself as being superior or more knowledgeable than her partner across various domains: intellect, morality, cultural tastes, or social acumen. She might exhibit this through a pattern of patronizing comments, offering unsolicited advice under the guise of helping, or critiquing his decisions and preferences to highlight her supposed higher understanding or taste. The underlying aim is to chip away at the man's self-esteem, subtly insinuating that he is fortunate to be with someone of her caliber. This dynamic not only diminishes his confidence in his own abilities and choices, but also strategically positions her as the authoritative figure in the relationship. By maintaining this imbalance, she can more effortlessly guide and control the relationship's direction. Recognizing this pattern is vital for restoring balance, as it involves acknowledging one's value and seeking a partnership based on mutual respect and equality. Number 15. Exploiting emotional vulnerability. A manipulative woman might take advantage of moments when her partner is emotionally vulnerable, using these opportunities to bind him closer and assert control. For instance, during times of personal crisis or emotional distress, she may offer support but with strings attached, subtly reminding him of his dependency on her for emotional stability. This tactic not only reinforces her role as an indispensable figure in his life, but also creates a scenario where her presence becomes synonymous with emotional safety. Over time, this can lead to a situation where the man feels incapable of facing life's challenges without her, effectively diminishing his independence and self-sufficiency. Recognizing this tactic involves understanding the difference between genuine support and support used as a means of manipulation, seeking to maintain an emotional balance that allows for mutual support without dependency. Number 16. Inducing guilt over personal achievements and independence. This technique involves the woman making her partner feel guilty for his successes, ambitions, or even his desire for personal space and independence. She may frame his achievements as neglect towards her or suggest that his pursuit of personal goals is selfish and damaging to the relationship. This can extend to making him feel guilty for spending time with friends, engaging in hobbies, or advancing his career if it means spending less time with her. The aim is to tether his sense of accomplishment and personal growth to her approval, effectively curtailing his independence and ensuring that his actions are always in service of the relationship, as defined by her terms. To counteract this manipulation, it's important for the man to recognize the value of his personal growth and achievements as separate from the relationship, asserting the right to pursue personal goals without undue guilt. Number 17. Creating a debt of gratitude. A subtle yet effective manipulation tactic used by self-centered women involves creating situations where the man feels he owes her a debt of gratitude. This can be achieved through exaggerated displays of affection, unexpected gifts, or favors that seem to go above and beyond. However, these gestures often come with strings attached, as they are not purely acts of kindness but rather investments to ensure future compliance and indebtedness. The woman may later remind him of these actions to guilt-trip him into conforming to her wishes or making concessions he would not normally agree to. It's important for individuals to discern genuine acts of love from manipulative tactics designed to create a sense of obligation, thereby maintaining a healthy boundary and avoiding manipulative entrapment. Number 18. Monopolizing time and attention. This method involves the woman demanding an excessive amount of her partner's time and attention, to the point where it becomes suffocating. By insisting on being the center of his world, she effectively isolates him from other relationships and interests that are important to his identity and well-being. This monopolization can be framed as a need for closeness or proof of love, but its true purpose is to control and limit his independence, making it difficult for him to maintain a sense of self outside the relationship. Recognizing and addressing the unhealthy demand for constant attention is crucial for preserving personal freedom and ensuring the relationship is based on mutual respect rather than control. Number 19. Exploiting emotional vulnerabilities. A hallmark of manipulative behavior is the exploitation of a partner's emotional vulnerabilities. Self-centered women might gather sensitive information about their partner's past traumas, fears, or insecurities under the guise of intimate sharing. However, instead of using this knowledge to support and uplift their partner, they weaponize it during moments of conflict or when they wish to exert control. This could manifest as bringing up past traumas to silence their partner, using their insecurities to belittle them, or threatening to expose their vulnerabilities to others. This tactic is especially cruel because it takes advantage of the trust placed in them by their partner. Recognizing and confronting this behavior is crucial for maintaining one's emotional safety and integrity within the relationship. Number 20. Creating a debt of gratitude. Manipulative individuals often employ the tactic of creating a perceived debt of gratitude in their relationships. This involves them doing favors, offering gifts, or providing support with the hidden expectation of something in return. These gestures are not driven by genuine kindness but are instead calculated moves designed to make their partner feel perpetually indebted to them. Over time, this can lead to a lopsided relationship dynamic where the partner feels unable to refuse requests or set boundaries for fear of seeming ungrateful or owing something. It's important for individuals to discern the motivation behind their partner's actions and to establish a relationship dynamic where kindness and support are freely given, not used as leverage. Number 21. Inducing isolation from support networks. A common strategy used by manipulative women involves gradually isolating their partner from their support network of friends, family, and sometimes even colleagues. This isolation might start subtly, with negative comments about certain friends or family members, suggesting they have bad intentions or don't understand the relationship. Over time, she may escalate to making her partner feel guilty for spending time with others or creating situations that make it difficult for him to maintain these connections. By weakening these external relationships, she aims to become his primary source of companionship and validation, thereby increasing her influence and control over him. Recognizing and resisting this tactic is vital for maintaining a healthy and balanced life outside of the relationship. Number 22. Manipulating communication dynamics. Manipulative individuals often control the flow of communication within the relationship to suit their needs. This can include giving the silent treatment as a form of punishment, overwhelming their partner with excessive communication when it serves to assert control, or refusing to communicate at critical moments to create anxiety and uncertainty. By dictating when and how communication happens, she can keep her partner off balance and more easily manipulate his emotions and responses. Understanding the importance of healthy, open, and reciprocal communication is key to identifying and challenging this form of manipulation, ensuring that both partners have equal voices in the relationship. Number 23. Enforcing unrealistic expectations. In manipulative dynamics, self-centered women may set unrealistic and unachievable expectations for their partners, standards that are often shifting and impossible to consistently meet. This tactic serves multiple purposes. It keeps the partner in a perpetual state of trying to please and attain approval, undermines their confidence by setting them up for failure, and provides a never-ending supply of evidence and to criticize or control them under the pretext of not meeting these expectations. The partner may find themselves working tirelessly to satisfy these demands, only to find the goalposts constantly moving. Recognizing this pattern is critical for breaking the cycle, as it involves understanding that these expectations are not a reflection of one's inadequacies but a control strategy. Establishing clear boundaries and advocating for a balanced, realistic set of expectations in the relationship are essential steps in mitigating this manipulative tactic. I am working on something and I need your help to answer some questions, so email Sigma Mail to the mail down below. Thank you.